It's the summer of 2020, and this is an in-depth look at my hunting setup for this season. T-bone setup, third person. This is the Hoyt Axius Ultra. This year, for the past 3 years, I've shot the standard length bow, and I'm a little longer than average draw length. I consider average a 28.5 to 29-inch draw length. And being a tournament archer, I like a little longer axle-to-axle bow. So this one's 34 inches axle-to-axle. I'm going with the Axius. It's an aluminum riser. Exact same geometry as the RX4. The only difference is the material of the riser. This is aluminum riser, whereas, of course, the RX series, the Redworks, are carbon risers. A little lighter, warming to the touch. Both excellent bows, same speed, same geometry, just this one has aluminum risers. So we're going with that this year. Let's start off here at the top. The adjustable cams have 4 inches of adjustment in half-inch increments. It has the built-in draw stops in the internal module, so that no matter where you put the draw length, the draw stop is appropriately set. Another great thing about this is I chose to go with the low let-off. Being with a tournament background, I like to hold a little bit more weight, shooting good strong back tension no matter what release we're shooting. So I like a little more holding weight so that I get a good crisp shot, and it helps on the forgiveness. Now let's walk down the string. I'm gonna try to leave it here on the table so you can see it good. This is a Verifier peep. I've been shooting this the last couple of years. Eyes are getting a little old, having to wear reading glasses. So this has a lens in there. It allows me to see my pins extremely crisp, and yet I don't have problems out seeing distance. So my pins are crisp, I can see. Look at Specialty Archery Verifier peeps if you're an older guy that or lady that needs to wear reader's glasses. It is life-changing. The fountain of youth, if you will, for archery. Going on down. Right now, I'm not, the verdict is not out. I have the nose button on here, and it has these sharp little tacks. It's another point of interest. I strongly recommend, whether you're using a kisser button or a nose button, either one of the two is another place to hang your hat. You have your anchor with your hand, you have the corner of your mouth, and you have your tip of your nose, whether you're using a button or a kisser button, one of the two, and as well as the peep sight. That's 4 places of contact for your anchor point. D-loop, opposing nocks. You can see some YouTube videos that we have talking about how we tie on the D-loop, as well as the soft nocks, so that you have a place to hang your hat. Coming on down, we've got a offset stabilizer. This has become very popular over the last couple of years. You know, back from the tournament days, we always shot V-bars and offsets. And the reason we shoot an offset, or I like to shoot an offset, is for stability, as far as it puts more mass weight right underneath your hand. It puts mass weight on the side of the bow because the riser is offset itself, plus everything you bolt, and we all have a natural right cant. And all the stuff you're bolting is on this side of the bow, so it offsets all that weight, especially if you've got a heavy quiver too. Everybody wants to kind of tilt, a right-handed archer wants to tilt there to the right, so this right here helps you hold the bow level and still. We've got the Fuse 8-inch stabilizer. I've been playing around with links. The 8-inch seems to work real well, and then of course I like the Tacticam that bolts on above it so that it's a little closer to the center of the bow and captures our hunt, captures the deer coming in. The Tacticams have been a good part of our arsenal. I blacked out all my accessories, the stealth shots and the riser shot, and of course the string stop there. Then coming back up, we have a Vertice drop away arrow rest. I like the Vertice drop away rest because it's 100% made in the USA. It's all machined. It's from HHA. The tightest tolerances, any drop away out there, take the test and check the tolerances. You'll get movement out of the other ones. This one you do not get any movements. All machined aluminum. I like to custom tie the micro suede in the center so that no matter what temperatures I'm going through or what weather conditions, it stays in place. I want something that's always going to last. And this is the big thing about this drop away. It has a short timing cord versus one that goes to the limb. The longer the string is, the more percentage of stretch and the more adjustments that you're going to constantly have to do. Plus a longer timing cord is going to get hung on a lot more things. When you're pulling it up in the tree or walking through the woods, that timing cord is susceptible to getting cut or snagged or loosened. And this type of rest is in full containment when it's up in the up position, so that you don't have to worry about it falling off. You don't have to worry about the rest falling off. Then simplicity. I got a $39 dead ringer sight, same sight I've been shooting for the last couple years. It's real simple, don't have to worry about screws loosening up or anything like that, just super simple. I go with the 6 arrow quiver because they don't make a 10 one. Don't want to run out of bullets. And it's a dovetail mount so that you can take it off. Naturally on a spot and stalk hunt, you would have it on there, but when you're hunting it from a tree stand, a lot of times that you'll have this hanging in the tree with you. I am big on 2 points of contact. There's a lot of quivers out there that just have one post down here and then the broadhead is sandwiched into the foam. When it's in the foam and it's rattling around in your truck, you are losing the sharpness of your broadheads. This way it's got 2 points of contact and it's suspended in this hood, and your broadheads do not deploy and they stay extremely sharp. So that is my setup right there. It's a 29 and about a 1/4 inch draw length, 29 3/8. And I'm shooting a really heavy arrow. Well, not really heavy, but a heavy arrow and real heavy FOC. And let's talk about the arrow here. So this is a 518 grain arrow. I've got a 100 grain insert inside here. I'm actually playing with another arrow, a VAP arrow as well. And then this is the new G5 Megameat. It's a 2-inch 3-blade cut, rear deploying, expandable. Lutz blades, extremely sharp, extremely aerodynamic when it's closed, and it has slicing, low blade angle when it's deployed, so that it penetrates really good and it cuts a massive hole, and it has a lot of blood loss onto the ground. So that is the G5 Megameat. Also, tack vanes, they've been around for about 1.5 years. They're like a guitar pick, really rigid, really stiff, extremely quiet in flight, and extremely tight groups at longer distances with this shield style cut. I'm very happy with it. And it may seem trivial, but hear me out on this. This being such a rigid vane, as it goes through the wound channel, because it's rigid and it doesn't really fold down that much, I see this as cleaning out the wound channel. Makes perfect sense. It stays rigid and it just cleans out that wound channel to pull out all the guts and nastiness out there, so more blood loss onto the ground and more hemorrhaging, so you recover your deer a little quicker. Got lighted nocks on there, of course, great for television. Let's move on to the releases. Tried and true. I'm playing with 2 releases right now. This is the True Ball Beast 2. It has the swept back trigger. This is actually the prototype. We've talked about it till we're blue in the face, but this is the original. This one's been around for 12 years now. No, 13 years. And man, it has seen a lot of hunts and traveled a lot of miles, and it's still in great shape. Got a buckle strap. Highly recommend a buckle strap. And it's very crisp, and it really has a good spring in there, so it's a really sturdy trigger. Something else I'm playing around with is the True Ball T-Rex. I've kind of modified it a little bit. I love a T-handle release because it's so similar to my like a BT Gold that I shoot for tournaments. It's a it's a back tension release, or it's a tension release, whereas this one I can shoot the same way. Things I've customized on it is I've actually taken and cut it down to a 3-finger. It comes as a 4, and then I kind of invented or made this right here. I call it a thumb shoe or a thumb stop, so that when you're at full draw, instead of having to let my thumb kind of hang out there in limbo and afraid to touch the thumb trigger, I can anchor it right there on that thumb stop. It's adjustable, and then I can actually execute and rotate the whole release where the thumb goes into my thumb, so that it's a more precise, because you know, when we're hunting, cold hands, gloves possibly. I don't shoot with gloves on, but some people do. This way you got a more sure, positive stop for your thumb. You're not hanging out there in thin air. You can actually execute it into place. Something I missed on this, we did talk about the Tacticam, but something I missed was I wrapped this with, it's actually ice hockey paddle wrap. And then also we got custom Rattler grips on here. Old Handsome Rob put my signature in there. That was pretty sweet of him. And then on this side right here he put Tbone Outdoors with the little old fat stick man. So we got the Rattler grip plates on there. And I'm going straight to the riser with the grips right there, the grip tape. So that's my setup, the Axius 34-inch axle to axle. kind of blacked out. We'll call it Black Betty 3.0. And hopefully get to take a bunch of hunts this year. Not sure what the traveling is going to be doing, but we're super duper pumped about that. If you like this video, please subscribe. Please like it, comment, questions. We welcome them all. Love talking archery. Love volleying back and forth with you guys. We appreciate all the support of all Bone Collector items and our shows and our platforms. So if you want more content, let us know. Talk to us. Everybody have a great and happy hunting season. Hope these things maybe helped you, and be glad to talk to you in depth with them if you need us to. The Hoyt Axius.